In this video, we will explain the difference between pages and templates. But let's start with the basics. Templates control the layout and structure of pages. They determine where elements like your header, footer, and content go. You shouldn't confuse templates with themes. Your theme controls your entire website's design and layout, including elements like fonts and colors. A template, on the other hand, is a specific layout for one or more pages. One way to think of templates in WordPress is like picture frames. The template is the frame, and your actual page or post is the photo that goes inside it. If you change the frame, let's say you make it wider or change the color, every photo using the same frame now looks different. But the photo inside, that stays the same, or the content stays the same. So when you edit a template, you're changing the frame, not the content inside it. Let's see this in action. In this example, we will take a closer look at the Pages template, which is the frame or provides the layout for pages. We can see where the header goes, the page title, the content, and the footer. And then we can take a look at two of the pictures that go into the frame. In other words, two pages that share the Pages template layout. First up is the About page. We can see the header, page title, content, and of course, right at the bottom, the footer. Next, we can open the Contact page, and we will see that it shares the same layout. The picture is different, but the frame is the same. Now, let's go ahead and make some changes to our Pages template and see how it affects the pages. I'm going to delete the page title as I don't want it to appear at the top, as well as the spacer block. Then I'll click on the plus icon top left, go to Patterns, and add a newsletter subscription pattern and reposition it to the bottom below the content. So as you can see, I've altered the frame or the layout. But let's go and see how it affected the pages. When we open our About page, we will see that there's no more page title at the top. And when we scroll down to the bottom, we will see the newsletter subscription form. And the same applies to the Contact page. As you will see, the content stays the same, but the frame or the layout changes. When you edit a template in the site editor, the layout is shared across all the pages using it. So if you add content to the template, the content will appear on all the pages that have been assigned to that template. One template could be used by 100 plus pages. And if you want to change the design of those 100 or more pages, you don't have to change it on each page. You can just modify the design on the template and it will automatically update on all the pages. To break it all down, when you add a new page to your site and make your way to the sidebar settings, you will see that each one is assigned to the Pages template by default. This means all regular pages share the same layout, including the header, footer, and overall structure. I also wanted to highlight that the content block is where the content of your page or post will appear. You can add unique content to each individual page, but the layout remains consistent across them because they are using the same template. That's why it's important not to add any content to the Pages template itself. Anything placed there will appear on every page that uses that template. To view your site's templates, navigate to Appearance and then click on Editor. Once the site editor opens up, head to Templates in the left sidebar. Let's discuss some of the most common templates you are likely to encounter. This theme includes 11 templates, but you are likely going to see other templates included with your theme. And don't worry about editing them all. If you are happy with your theme's layout, you can leave them as they are. First up, the Pages template, which we have already looked at. This template contains basic structure for static content. Basically, all the pages on your site, like your About page, Contact page, and Services page. The template will determine where the title and content will appear, as well as how wide the text area will be. And you will of course see where your header and your footer are located. Next, we can return to Templates and open the Single Posts template. This template controls the layout of your individual blog posts, where the title appears, where the text appears, plus other post elements like the featured image and comments. Next, we can also look at the All Archives template. This template defines the layout of groups of posts by category, tag, author, or date. So, for example, if somebody clicks on a specific category, they will see all the posts from that category. And you, as a site owner, can use the All Archives template to decide how these posts will be displayed. The last template we want to look at is the 404 template, which will be displayed when no page is found. With this template, you can design the page that visitors will see if they try to visit a page that doesn't exist. Let's also talk about your homepage, as this is where some folks might be unsure. It's important to keep in mind that how your homepage behaves depends on your homepage settings. To check your homepage settings, make your way to Settings and then click Reading. You will notice your homepage display is set to your latest posts by default. And don't worry, this doesn't necessarily mean your homepage will display a list of blog posts. What it actually does is load the default homepage layout provided by your theme. You are not committing to showing blog posts. It just means you'll be working with your theme's default homepage design. To edit your homepage, go to Appearance and then click Editor. Then you can click on the homepage preview on the right and start customizing and editing your homepage. Please note, in this case, you are editing content inside the homepage template itself. So anything you add will only appear on your homepage. But if you have created your own homepage and added all your content there, you will have to change your homepage display setting to static page and set the page you created as your homepage. And then save your changes. Then we can return to Appearance and click Editor. And then modify our homepage. When you open the page settings top right, you will notice that the Pages template is assigned to the static homepage by default, the same template that all your other pages use. So we will need to edit the template to customize our header, footer, and any other layout changes. In this setup, you will add your homepage content directly to the page itself, not the template, because all pages using this template will share the same layout and structure. So there are two ways to set up your homepage. Either way works, you just need to be clear where to place your content. What happens if you edit the wrong thing? For example, if you accidentally add all your content to the Pages template instead of the page, or if you add your homepage content in the wrong spot. If you have accidentally added blocks or content to a template such as the Page template, your content will of course appear on every page that uses that template. To confirm where the content was added, make your way to your dashboard and navigate to Appearance and then click Editor. Select Templates from the left menu and then choose the template you edited, in this case the Pages template. As you can see, I've accidentally added two sections from my About page. And now, because the content has been added to the Pages template, it will of course duplicate on all the pages that have been assigned to this template. For example, the contact page in this example. To solve this, let's make our way to the list view top left and select the two sections by holding in Shift. And in the block toolbar, click the three vertical dots and then select Copy. Then we can make our way to the About page. So I'll click the WordPress logo top left and navigate to Pages and open the About page. And then paste the blocks we just copied. And of course, save our changes. Then you can return to the Pages template, make sure you select both sections, click the three vertical dots in your block toolbar, and then select Delete. And when you are ready, save your changes. And now when you visit your About page, the content is in the correct place, And when you visit one of your other pages, like your contact page, you won't see the About page content there. Did you know you can reset a template to its default state? And this is of course helpful when you have made a mistake or just want to start from scratch. So instead of deleting the content from your pages template, you could have just reset the template. So to do that, make your way to templates, go to the relevant template and then click the 3 vertical dots. Select the reset option and click on the button labeled reset on the confirmation box. Please note the changes will immediately be reverted to the default layout, and this change cannot be undone. Now that you know the difference between pages and templates, you can build and customize your site with more confidence.